Shores of beautiful Chequamegon Bay to the Ashland High School Gymnasium as Logger Vision presents Logger Basketball 1996. Tonight, the Logger boys 8-0 in the LJAC with one of their two tough tests remaining at Ashland against the Ashland Oredockers. The Dockers 6-3 in conference play. The Loggers playing a tough one against Ashland at Phillips. And that game, the Loggers won 75-58. Loggers win the opening tip. Phillips comes out with their regular starting five. Brian Petrozellic 30, Jerry Petrozellic 32, Matt Pallas 22. 54 is Justin Matzik, and 52 is Dan Zaves. The steal by Eric Sundberg to the hole for two. Eric Sundberg with the first 2 points of the ball game. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Dockers with 7:33 remaining in the period. The Ashland lineup quickly the backcourt. 12 is Derek Kirkluski. He's a 6-foot senior. This shot by Brian Petrozellic, no good. Rebound by Ogery. And here come the Dockers. The rest of the backcourt. 22 is Eric Sundberg. He's a 6'3 junior. And Jesse McClellan, the freshman, 5'11 freshman, number 24. The forecourt. 42 is James Ogery. He's a 6'4 junior. The shot by Sundberg, no good. Inside, John Brilla, swatted by Matzik. And Justin will pick up his first foul of the ball game. 6:59 remaining, period one. First team foul for the Loggers goes to Justin Matzik. And to the free throw line is John Brilla, number 40. He's a 6'2 senior in the forecourt for Ashland, and he will shoot two. 6:59 left, period one. Dockers up 2-0 as the first by Brilla is no good. Brilla, who had 4 against the Loggers in the first meeting, makes the second 3-0. Phillips down by a tray. Chance to tie it up this time down with a 3 spot. Brian Petrozellic looks for the cutter inside, goes back to Jerry, inside to Matzik. The turnaround from 13 crawls in for 2. Justin Matzik with his first points of the ball game. 3-2. Ashland by 1. 6:40 remaining in the first. McClelland on top, looks inside. It goes on the perimeter to Kirkluski. Back to McClelland. Looks for somebody inside, goes out to Sundberg, way out, back to McClelland. Ashland very patient thus far. 6:25 left in the first. Drive inside by Brilla. The shot in front of Matzik, no good. Rebound, Zaves, he had it, loses it. Off of, I believe, Ogery, and it is. Possession goes to the Loggers. 6:17 remaining in the first. Andy Pilch not real happy, looking for a foul on Ashland, but gets no call. 6:15 left in the first. Loggers with a chance to take the lead with a bucket right here. Brian Petrozellic goes inside to Matzik, and the foul called on Ogery. That's team foul 1. First personal for the junior, and possession goes to the Loggers on the baseline in their forecourt with 6:08 left in period 1. Each team with 1 team foul. Brian Petrozellic to inbound, Loggers around the box. Inbound, finally gets on top. Will he shoot from 21? He will! It's good! Danny Zaves with a tray. Loggers up 5-3. 6 minutes remaining, period 1. McClellan goes out to Sundberg, and the foul called on Brian Petrozellic. That's team foul 2 for the Loggers, the first for the Loggers senior, co-captain. 5:56 left in the first. And Ashland will inbound on the far sideline in their forecourt. The inbound goes to McClellan. Looks for somebody inside, so he goes back on the perimeter to Sundberg, back to McClellan. Drives in, puts it up from 9, no good. Rebound inside by Ogery, and a travel called on the big guy. Possession goes to the Loggers. 5:43 remaining, period 1. 5-3 the score. Loggers up by 2. Jerry Petrozellic off to Pallas. On top to Brian Petrozellic. On the far side to Matt. Looks inside, goes to Matzik up high. Back out to Jerry Petrozellic. 5:26 left, period 1. 5-3 the score. Pallas goes inside for Matzik. The turnaround shot over Ogery, no good. And Ogery with the rebound. Possession to Ashland. 5:13 left in the first. Sundberg on the near side goes to McClelland on top. Guarded by Brian Petrozellic off the far side to Kirkluski. McClelland on top. From 16, short. Inside to Brilla, puts it in for two, and we're tied. John Brilla with 3. 5-5 under 5 minutes remaining in period 1. Brian Petrozalek looks for a cutter, finds nothing, goes outside to Jerry Petrozalek, finds the cutter, and that's Justin Matzik for 2. Justin with 4, the Loggers back up by a pair, 7-5, 4:42 remaining period 1. Kirkluski to Brilla, off to Ujiri, his shot long, rebound, Zaves to Jerry Petrozalek. Jerry brings it down, 4:30 remaining. Matzik wants the baseline, doesn't get it, goes out to Brian Petrozalek, saves the wild pass. Jerry Petrozalek looks inside, back out to Palace on top. For 3! Off the back iron, no good. Ball tipped, recovered by Matzik. Inside is turnaround, Jay Short. Rebound goes out to Sundberg. Ahead to Kirkluski, across to Brilla. Nice dispatch to Kirkluski, but he can't control it. And Jerry Petrozalek with the recovery. Brian Petrozalek on top to Zaves for 3. Yes! Around, out, and in. Danny with half a dozen, and the Loggers up by 5, 10-5 with 3:48 remaining in the first. The shot by Kirkluski around, no good. Put back by Sundberg, rolls in for 2. Eric Sundberg with 4. 10-7, Loggers by 3. 3:36 remaining in period 1. The shot by Palace from 17 short. Rebound Brian Petrozalek to Palace to Zaves from 15. He drains it. Danny Zaves. We weren't sure if Danny was going to play in this ball game. He does have a back problem. And he has 8 to the Logger 12. Sundberg dishes it back out to McClellan to the far side to Kirkluski from 17. No good. Rebound Matt Palace. Here come the Loggers. Palace off to Brian Petrozalek for 3. Yes! Brian's first points of the ball game. 15-7, Loggers by 8. And Dave Cottney has seen far too much. 2:56 remaining in period 1. The Loggers up by 8, 15-7. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger Basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. And Ashland with possession, down by 8, 15-7 early here in the ballgame, 2:50 remaining in the first. Kirkluski to McClelland, looks inside, has to pull back out to Sundberg. Quickly, Jason Woody, who's in the lineup now for the Loggers, on him, and a travel called on Sundberg. The Logger substitutions, 44, Jason Woody, and 50, Bill McCormick. 2:40 left in the first, off the travel by Sundberg, and possession to the Loggers. Matzik into Woody. Woody on the top of the paint, knocked away, recovered by McCormick, off to Matzik for 3. Justin with 7. And the Logger lead is at 11, 18-7 the score. McClellan off to Kirkluski. Goes inside, intended for Brilla, knocked out by Matzik, and possession stays with the Dockers. 32, Mike Yankee checks into the lineup. He will replace Brilla. Also in the lineup at the last break, Wes Ellers, number 52, is in the lineup. Ellers is a 6'4 senior for Dave Cottney's Dockers. Ball knocked out of bounds by Petrozalek, and by Brian Petrozalek, and possession stays with Ashland. Double check and see if I see any other substitutions I missed, and I guess not. Okay, we go. 2:08 remaining in the first. 18-7, Loggers by 11. Sundberg in the corner to Yankee. Brings it back out to McClellan. And a foul called on Brian Petrozalek, and that's his second. And Matt Palace, I think, will return now. I would think, because that's Brian's second foul. Team foul 3, Matt Palace returns. McClellan sits down. And number 20, Chris Burtle checks into the lineup. Danny Zaves returns, and Justin Matzik will sit down. 2:01 left in the first. 3 team fouls on the Loggers. 1 team foul for Ashland. 2:01 left in the first. 18-7, Loggers by 11. Kirkluski on the near side to Burrell. Looks for the cutter inside, out to Kirkluski. He'll be called for the travel in the paint as he takes the extra jump, and possession goes to Phillips. 1:53 remaining period 1. 18-7 the score. Loggers looking to up it to 14 if they can nail a tray this time down. Jerry Petrozalek brings it across to Zaves, guarded by Ellers. Looks inside, goes out on the perimeter to Palace. Jerry Petrosalik to McCormick to Zaves for three from the top. It's good. Danny Zaves with 11. The Loggers up by 14, 21-7 with a minute and a half left in the first. On the near side, Yankee in the corner to Burrell, guarded by McCormick. Loggers in a zone. Out to Sundberg. Sundberg to Kirkluski in the corner to Burrell. Launches the tray. Off the iron, no. Ball goes right in the hands of Jerry Petrosalik. 1:12 remaining in the first. 20-7 the score. The turnaround J for McCormick, no good. Rebound goes in the hands of Kirkluski. That was a two-pointer for Zaves, not a three-pointer before. So Zaves with 10. The shot by Yankee is good. Mike Yankee with his first points of the ball game. 20-9. 53 seconds left in the first period. Loggers by 11. Zaves for three. That won't go. Woody with the rebound. Turn around to the paint. Off the iron. No ball tipped. Almost went in. Rebound by Ehlers. Pass it off to Kirkluski. 33 seconds left. Kirkluski on top. Won't try the tray. Goes off to Sundberg for three. No. McCormick with the tip and the board. Pass quickly out to Jerry Petrosalik. 25 seconds left. Jerry brings it down. Looks inside. Off to Palace. Will he launch? No. Drives inside. Takes it to the hole for two. Matt Palace with his first points of the ball game. 11 seconds left in the first. 22-9. Loggers by 13. Drive inside by Kirkluski. Nice pass to Burrell, and a foul called on McCormick. And I'm glad he made contact with the ball. That could very well have been a three-point play. That's the first foul on McCormick. Team foul 4 for the Loggers. And Chris Burrell to the free throw line to shoot 2. Ashland 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 4.8 seconds remaining in the first period. 22-9. Loggers by a baker's dozen. The first for Burrell is good. His first time at the line and his first point of the ball game. 22-10 as Ashland hits the double digits. The second for the junior off, no good. Woody with a tip. Saved by the junior, but he steps in the end line, and possession goes to Ashland with 2.5 seconds remaining on the scoreboard clock here in the first period. Kirkluski will inbound. Dockers almost to the line. Pass out to Sundberg. Won't launch the three. 1 second. Burrell, does he get it off? Does get it off in time, but it's moot because it goes for naught. We have played 8 minutes of basketball, and the score: the Phillips Loggers 22, the Ashland Oredockers 10. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. And the Dockers with possession as we begin period number 2. Phillips up by a dozen, 22-10 here in the ball game. The Loggers, with a win here, can pretty much, if they win this game, they can pretty much guarantee themselves, not specifically, but pretty much say that they have a share of the conference title. We'll go into that as the game progresses. The shot by Yankee, no good. Rebound Matzik. The Loggers back out with not quite their starting 5, as Jerry Petrosalik is still on the bench. Inside to McCormick, takes it to the hole, loses it, gets it back, swatted by Brilla. Ball doesn't go out of bounds, recovered by Burrell. Kirkluski brings it down slowly. Dockers down by 12. Setting up the good shot. Driving inside Sundberg, nice pull-up from 16, it's good. Eric Sundberg with half a dozen. Half of the Ashland 12, and it's a 10-point lead for the Phillips Loggers, 22-12 with 6:53 remaining in the first half. Brian Petrosalik for three, no. McCormick had the board, and the foul's going to be called. If that's on McCormick, that's his second, and that's amazing. Bill McCormick picks up his second foul, team foul 5 on the Loggers. One team foul for Ashland thus far. And with 6:47 remaining in the second, the Dockers with the ball at a 10-point deficit. Sundberg won't launch the tray. Kirkluski back to Sundberg. Looks for a cutter. Brings it back out to Kirkluski on the perimeter. The near side to Burrell. Burrell looks inside. Back out to Kirkluski. He'll be called for the travel. 6:30 remaining in the second. 22-12 the score. Jason Woody back in the lineup for the Loggers, replacing McCormick. Five team fouls for the Loggers, only one thus far for the Dockers. Matzik inside to Woody, nice speed, and he'll go to the line to shoot two as Mike Yankee picks up his first. That's team foul 2 on Ashland. 6:22 left in the second, and Jason Woody, who had 8 against the Dockers down at Phillips, will go to the line to shoot a pair, looking for his first points of the ball game. 6:22 remaining, period 2. Loggers by 10, 22-12. The first for the junior is no good. Jason is a 53% free throw shooter. So if averages hold out, the second's good. I didn't plan that. 6:20 left in the second. 23-12, Loggers by 11. Kirkluski on top, drives inside, pulls up from 14, out. Rebound, Matzik. Off to Brian Petrozalik. The senior brings it across the timeline. 6:07 remaining in the second. Matzik, feed inside to Woody, knocked away, back to Matzik. Out to Matt Pallas. Guarded by Burrell. Off to Zaves, won't launch the tray, doesn't get a chance as Brilla is quickly on him. Brian Petrozalik off to Pallas. Won't launch from 24, drives inside, pulls up, high off the glass, no good. And rebound by Yankee. Ahead to Kirkluski, who pulls it out. Now 5:38 left in the second. 23-12 the score. Yankee in the corner to Burrell. Burrell. Kirkluski drives inside, pulls up from 16, and it's good. Derek Kirkluski with his first points of the ball game. 23-14, the Logger lead at 9. Brian Petrozalik to Zaves on the perimeter on the near side to Matzik, inside to Pallas, loses it, takes it back from Sundberg. Jump ball possession to the Loggers. Late call that time, because I thought the first one should have been a travel, but I guess not, or a jump ball, excuse me. Woody will sit down as Jerry Petrozalik returns. So the Loggers starting 5 back in the court. 5:15 remaining in the half. 23-14, Loggers by 9. Matzik out to Pallas on the perimeter. Guarded by Yankee. Off to Brian Petrozalik. To Pallas, way up on top. Matt looks to drive inside, pulls up from 15, it's good. Matt Pallas with 4. 25-14, Loggers with that double-digit lead once again at 11. Ball knocked away, recovered by Matzik, 2-on-1 break. Pass inside, the foul called on Yankee. The attempted pass to Brian Petrozalik. Yankee picks up his second. That's team foul 3 for Ashland. Or is it? No foul called. No foul called. So it's 2 team fouls on the Dockers. Ball knocked away on the inbound, hits the side of the backboard, and possession will stay with the Loggers. Brian Petrozalik to throw the ball in. Gets it out to Zaves. Won't launch the 3. Drives inside, throws it up, won't go. Kirkluski with the rebound. And here come the Dockers. The chance to cut to 8 with a tray as Jesse McClelland, who's back in the game, pulls up from 14 short. Through the hands of Brian Petrozalik, out of bounds. Possession stays with Ashland. 4:30 remaining in the second. And Burrell will return. And he will replace McClelland as the freshman sits back down. 4:30 left in the second. 25-14, Loggers by 11. The inbound by Kirkluski out to Burrell. On the far side, Yankee gives it off to Kirkluski. To Yankee. Dishes it inside to Brilla for 2. John Brilla with 5. 25-16, the Logger lead at 9. Jerry Petrozalik in the paint. Dishes it off to Zaves in the last minute for 2. Danny Zaves with a dozen. And it's 27-16, the Logger lead back to 11. 4 minutes left here in the first half. Kirkluski to Sundberg. They haven't had the ball in Eric Sundberg's hands very much. His three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Pallas. Up to Jerry Petrozalik. Jerry pulls up for 3. Off the iron, no. Ball goes right in the hands of John Brilla. So, 2 quick long shots, waste 18 seconds of ball game. 3:37 left in the second. 27-16, Loggers by 11. The shot by Brill. That's off the iron. Rebound, Matt Pallas, and the foul will be called on John Brilla. That's his first. That's team foul number 3 now on the Ashland Oredockers. 3:30 remaining in the second. McClelland returns. Ogery returns for Ashland as Yankee, Woody, and McCormick return. Zaves and Pallas sit down for the Loggers. Loggers by 11, 3:30 left in the second. Jerry Petrozellik brings it across, off to Matzik for 3, yes! Justin Matzik with 10. 30-16, the Loggers by 14, with 3:14 left in the second. Sundberg, Kirkluski off to McClellan. The pass inside for Ogery, knocked out of bounds by McCormick. Each one of them looking at each other for a foul, but no call. 3:09 left in the second. Ashland with possession. Kirkluski with the inbound. Finally gets it in to Ogery. Stops at the top of the paint. Loses it. Recovered by Brian Petrozellik. 2-on-1 break. Brian to the hole for 2. Brian Petrozellik has 5. 32-16. Loggers doubling up Ashland. Pass off to Kirkluski. From 18, he drains it. Derek Kirkluski with 4. And it's a 14-point Logger lead with 2:43 left in the second. Jerry Petrozellik to Matzik. Goes in to McCormick. Nice feed. Dish to Woody. Swatted by McClelland. And Jesse McClelland will pick up his first. That's team foul number 4 on the Dockers. Oh, excuse me, the foul is going to be called instead on Brilla. That's John Brilla's second. Andy Phillips wants a shooting foul, but it was on a different player than the one who blocked. Got the block. Brian Petrozellik's 3, no good. McCormick with the board and the paint. A turnaround Jay is good. Bill McCormick with his first points of the ball game. 34-18, 2:18 left in the second. Kirkluski slides to the paint, ball off the chest of John Brilla, and possession goes to the Loggers. Pallas returns, Zaves returns. Matzik sits down, and Brian Petrozellik will sit down. 2:14 left in the second. 34-18 the score. Jerry Petrozellik will bring it down and take his time. Take time off the clock. Pallas on the perimeter. To Jerry Petrozellik. Back to Matt on the far side. Guarded by Kirkluski. Zaves to Jerry Petrozellik. Looks to go baseline. Pulls up. His shot hits off the side of the backboard. Recovered by Brilla. And here come the Dockers. McClellan brings it down. On the near side to Sundberg. All alone. Doesn't take the quick 3. Goes baseline in front of Zaves. The 7-footer is good. Eric Sundberg with 8 of the Ashland 20. And the Logger lead is at 14, 34-20. 1:34 remaining in the half. Woody to Zaves on the near side. Back out to Woody. Cross to Pallas. Won't launch from 23. Back to Jerry Petrozellik. Looked inside for McCormick, but goes right in the hands of Ogery. And with 1:20 left in the second, Ashland can cut it to 11. Sundberg takes the quick 3. No. Rebound. That will be... Oh, they're saying it's off the Loggers, and Andy Pilch is not happy. And Bill McCormick, the captain as he is, tells the coach to settle down. The inbound by Kirkluski with 1:12 remaining in the half. Off to Sundberg, on top to McClellan, way out in the perimeter to Kirkluski. Won't try the 3, goes inside to Brilla. The turnaround from 13 is good. John Brilla with 7. 1 minute left in the second. 34-22 Loggers by a dozen. Jerry Petrozellik to Woody. Looks inside. Cross court to Pallas. Pallas back out to Jerry Petrozellik. Zaves doesn't get the 3, off to Woody from 8. In and out. Ball tipped. Knocked away by McCormick. McCormick had it. Woody had it. And it's going to be off of Woody, and possession goes to the Dockers with 41 seconds remaining in the half. Ashland with a chance to cut it to 9 this time down. The Loggers are up by as many as 16. And now the Dockers going into the stall in the backcourt to set up one good shot. 28 seconds remaining in the half. 34-22. Each team has scored 12 points here in the second quarter. Pass ahead to Brilla. Back out to Kirkluski just to see if back to Kirkluski to see if the Loggers are awake. 10 seconds. Now the Dockers move pass inside for Ogery. In front of Woody. No good. Rebound. Brilla to the hole. No. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. McCormick will be called for the travel with 1 second showing on the clock. So Ashland with one desperation chance to loft this one. Most likely for 3 and to cut it to 9. Kirkluski to inbound. The pass to Ogery at the horn. It won't go. We have played 16 minutes of basketball, and the score, the Phillips Loggers 34, the Ashland Oredockers 22. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger Basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. And welcome back to the Ashland High School Gymnasium as the Phillips Loggers lead the Ashland Oredockers here at the break, 34-22. Let's go over the first half scoring for each team. The Loggers led by Danny Zaves with a dozen. 10 points for Justin Matzik. 5 points for Brian Petrozellik. The Loggers with 5 3-pointers here in the first half. 4 points for Matt Pallas. 2 points for Bill McCormick. 1 for Jason Woody. The Loggers 1 for 2 from the free throw line, averaging 50%. No one in foul trouble but Brian Petrozellik and Bill McCormick each have 2 fouls. For Ashland, they're led as would be expected by Eric Sundberg. Eric had 23 down at Phillips in the first game of the home and home this year. He has 8 thus far of the 22 for Ashland. 7 points for John Brilla. 4 points for Derek Kirkluski. 2 points for Mike Yankee. And 1 point for Chris Burrow. The Dockers were 2 for 4 from the free throw line in the first half. That's a 50% average. And Ashland has 1 player in relative foul trouble. That's John Brilla. He has 2 personal fouls. The Dockers have possession as we begin period number 3. The Loggers by 12, 34-22. And both clubs come out with their starting 5 to begin the second half. McClellan to the near side to Sundberg. Back to McClellan to Kirkluski. McClellan looks for something inside, finds nothing. McClellan looks like he may have slid the foot a little bit, but no call. McClellan back out to Kirkluski, looks inside, goes off to Brilla. Kirkluski, McClellan in the paint, a shot from 13. Drains in for 2. Gets a little help. The first points for Jesse McClellan to come with 7:25 left in period 3. And the lead is down to 10, 34-24. The Loggers are up by as many as 16. Nice feed inside from Jerry Petrozellik to Justin Matzik. Justin with 12. And the Logger lead back to a dozen, 36-24. Sundberg for 3. It won't go. But Jerry Petrozellik picks up his first foul. And Eric Sundberg will shoot the 3-shot foul. For Sundberg, his first time to the free throw line. He has 8 points. As I said before, the Dockers 2 for 4 from the free throw line. 36-24, 7:04 remaining here in period number 3. Sundberg's first is good, looking for point number 10 if he makes the second one here. And he'll cut the Logger lead to 10, 36-26 as he does so. And Sundberg to try and convert the 3-point play the hard way, and he does. Eric Sundberg with 11 of the Ashland 27. That's a 9-point lead, 36-27, 7 minutes left in the third period. Jerry Petrozellik goes inside for Matzik, knocked away by Ogery and recovered by McClellan. McClellan takes to the hole, stopped, gives it off to Ogery, counted and won the foul on Matzik. And James Ogery picks up his first points of the ball game. Justin Matzik picks up his second foul. That's team foul number 2. And Andy Pilch wants a timeout as the lead is now down to 7. It was a dozen. Now it's 7 with 6:48 remaining in period number 3. The score, The Phillips Loggers 36, the Ashland Oredockers 29. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger Basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. Two-team fouls for the Loggers here in the second half already. We've only played a minute and 12 seconds. And James Ogery to the free throw line his first time at the line, looking to convert the three-point play. He doesn't, but rebound goes to Brilla. Off to McClellan. Kirkluski, chance to cut to 4 with a three-pointer here. McClellan way out on the perimeter to Kirkluski, drives inside, has to pull back out. McClellan, Kirkluski, 4-3, drives it! Derek Kirkluski with 7, and it's a 4-point lead for the Loggers, 36-32. Brian Petrozellik to Jerry Petrozellik on the perimeter to Zaves. Looks inside, goes back off to Jerry Petrozellik to Brian Petrozellik for 3, off the iron, no. Rebound, Ogery. 6:07 remaining in the third. Ashland can cut to 1, this time down. McClellan, Sundberg, McClellan on top, off to Kirkluski, won't launch the tray this time. McClellan off to Sundberg, goes baseline, goes past Zaves, and the foul called on Danny Zaves, and that will be his first foul, team foul 3 on the Loggers, as Eric Sundberg goes back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more, to cut the lead to 2 with 5:53 left in the third period. The first is good. Eric Sundberg perfect from the line, 4 for 4. And it's a 1-possession Logger lead. The second is good for Sundberg. 36-34, a 2-point lead for the Loggers. It was 12 at one time in this period. Brian Petrozellik to Jerry Petrozellik. Pallas goes in for Matzik to Zaves, loses it. Recovered by Brian Petrozellik, throws up a prayer. No call, saved by Brilla to Ogery, and here come the Dockers with a chance for the lead. McClellan looks for the cutter inside, goes off to Kirkluski. His shot from 17 is good. We're tied. Derek Kirkluski, who had 6 at Phillips, has 9 thus far. We're tied at 36. The Loggers outscored 14-2. The shot by Brian Petrozellik, no good. Off of Zaves, and possession goes to Ashland. He pointed to Zaves and pointed in favor of the Loggers. I was confused there. I thought maybe it was off of Ogery. But possession goes to Ashland with a chance to take the lead. And I may be wrong, but this was a chance for Ashland for their first lead since a 2-0 score. Ball knocked away by Jerry Petrozellik, recovered by Sundberg. McClellan on top to Sundberg from 24. Off the iron, no good. And the foul called on Jerry Petrozellik. And Eric Sundberg, who is 5 for 5 from the line, has a chance to make it 8 for 8. As Jerry Petrozellik picks up his second, team foul 4 against the Loggers. And from the free throw line, Eric Sundberg to give Ashland their first lead since the first period. Sundberg to shoot 3. He's 5 for 5 from the line here in the third quarter. The first is good. Eric Sundberg with 14 points. 37-36, Dockers by 1. And it stays at that for the moment at least, as Sundberg misses his first of 7. The third for the junior crawls in. Eric Sundberg from the line, 7 for 8. He has 15. And the Dockers are up by 2. Zaves goes to Matzik inside in trouble, gets it off to Pallas, knocked away. And we have an inadvertent whistle, I believe. A 3-second violation was called while the ball was being passed. Okay, so possession will go to Ashland with 4:35 left in the third period. McClellan brings it down. 4:30 left in the third. Ashland by 2. The turnaround by Sundberg. No good. Zaves with the board. Off to Jerry Petrozellik. Loggers looking for one good shot. Ball knocked away, taken by Kirkluski. 2-on-3 Ashland break, and Kirkluski takes them out of the break. Sundberg looks for the cutter. Finds nothing, goes in the corner to Brilla. Guarded by Pallas. Out to Ogery on the perimeter. On the far side to McClelland. Goes inside for Brilla in the paint for two. John Brilla with 9. 40-36, the lead's at 4. The far side, Brian Petrozalik to Jerry Petrozalik to Pallas. Matt looks inside, goes back out to Brian Petrozalik to Matzik. The turnaround is good for Justin Matzik. Justin has all 4 of the Logger points here in the second half. 40-38, the Ashland lead cut to a pair. On the far side, Kirkluski, guarded by Jerry Petrozalik to Ogery. Out to McClelland, guarded by Brian Petrozalik. Ball taken away by Pallas. 2-on-2 Logger break. Pallas for 3. No. Kirkluski with the rebound. 3-10. The bomb down court to Sundberg. In front of Pallas. Shot no good. Second won't go. Rebound. Third time's the charm for Sundberg. Eric Sundberg with 17. 42-38. The Ashland lead back to 4. Brian Petrozalik to Pallas. Back to Brian. Open for 3. Takes it. Off the iron, off the top. Hits the top of the backboard, and possession will go to Ashland as Bill McCormick and Jason Woody will return. We have an alternating possession called out here, as one person thought that it didn't touch the top, it looks like, one official. The other official said it touched the top. And we will, if that's the case, we're going to have an alternating possession, and the ball should go to the Loggers. Okay. Now they are in relative sync at the top of the backboard, and possession will go to Ashland. The shot hit the top of the backboard. 2:45 left in the third. 42-38 Ashland with a chance to make it 7 if they can nail a tray this time down. McClelland, guarded by Jerry Petrozalik. On the near side, Kirkluski looks inside, goes out on top to Sundberg from 19. It's good for 2. Eric Sundberg has 19 points. 45-38. They gave him, the scoreboard gave him a 3 at first. It was only a 2-pointer. The dish inside from McCormick, knocked away by McClelland. Sundberg with the recovery. 2:09 left. Sundberg looks inside, guarded by Matzik. On the near side, Kirkluski inside to Ogery. Ball knocked away, I believe, by Brian Petrozalik, recovered by McClelland. McClelland on the far side, guarded by Brian Petrozalik. Brings it to the top. 1:48 left in the third, 44-38. Dockers by half a dozen. Ogery back out to Kirkluski to McClelland. McClelland drives in, puts it up, and an offensive foul called on Jesse McClelland. That will be his first. Team foul 1 on the Dockers. 1:37 left in the third. Chance for the Loggers to cut it to 3 with a tray. They've hit 5 so far tonight. Brian Petrozalik to Jerry. Won't get a chance at 3 as he's quickly double-teamed. Goes for Woody, and the foul called on McClelland. That's number 2 on him. And 2 quick team fouls for the Dockers. 1:24 left in the third. And the Loggers will inbound underneath. Brian Petrozalik will inbound it. Loggers strewn across the baseline to Jerry Petrozalik. Doesn't get the 3 off. Inside for Woody. The turnaround off the glass, no good. Ball recovered by Brian Petrozalik. 1:15 left. Jerry Petrozalik drives inside to McCormick to the hole for 2. Bill McCormick with 4, and it's a 4-point lead. 1:05 left in the third. McClelland to Ogery. Brilla on the far side. Looks inside. Goes back out to Kirkluski on top. Feed inside through the hands of McClelland. almost took out Larry Cervinsky underneath, and possession goes to the Loggers with 52 seconds remaining in the third. Loggers can cut to 1 this time down. Matzik. Cross court to Brian Petrozellik. Looks to go baseline. Stop. Goes to Jerry Petrozellik on top. Jerry. Justin Matzik. Woody. 35 seconds. Matzik inside to McCormick. Goes for Woody. Pass goes a little wild, and possession goes to Ashland with 32 seconds left in the third. Dockers again looking to up the lead to 7 if they can nail a 3. 30 seconds left in the third. 44-40, Ashland on top. McClelland off to Sundberg. Looks inside. Off to Kirkluski. The shot by Ogery from 16, no good. Matzik with the rebound. 15 seconds left in the third. Petrozellik, that's Jerry Petrozellik to Matzik. Back to Jerry. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Matzik drives in, puts it up from 15 off the iron, no, and that's the period. We have played 24 minutes of the basketball, and the Ashland Oredockers have come back to take a 4-point lead, 44-40. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger Basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. The Ashland Oredockers took 16 minutes to score their first 22 points. They scored their next 22 points in 8 minutes. 44-40, the Dockers up by 4. The Loggers come out with their starting 5. In fact, both teams do. Matzik goes for Palace, knocked out of bounds by Sundberg. The Loggers are outscored 22-6 in period number 3 as Wes Ellers returns, replacing James Ogery. Brian Petrozellik will inbound on the sideline in the forecourt. Off to Jerry, to Brian. Won't launch, or at least put up the quick one at least. Cross to Matzik on the far side to Palace. Palace quickly guarded by Palace won't try 3, goes off to Jerry Petrozellik. Inside to Matzik, the turnaround. Off the iron, crawls in for 2. Justin Matzik has 6 of the Loggers' 8 points here in the second half. 44-42, Loggers down by a pair. Sundberg won't launch from 17, off to Ellers. On the far side, that is Brilla. To Kirkluski on the perimeter, guarded by Jerry Petrozellik. McClelland off to Ellers, won't put up the shot. I'm surprised. McClelland goes off to Kirkluski from 15, off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Jerry Petrozellik. Here come the Loggers. Chance to take the lead with a 3. Matzik. Cross court to Zaves, tipped out to Brian Petrozellik, to Jerry Petrozellik, won't try 3. Dishes off to Brian, launches the tray. Off the iron, no. Rebound, Matzik to Zaves in the paint. We're tied. Danny Zaves with 14. It's 44, all 6:30 left in the fourth period. Sundberg to the near side to Brilla. Goes in, drives baseline, puts it up, and it's good. John Brilla has 11. 46-44. Ashland back up by a pair, 6:10 remaining in the fourth. Palace off to Zaves, goes baseline, swatted, and the foul called on Ellers. That's his first. Team foul 3 against the Dockers. 4 team fouls for the Loggers, and Danny Zaves goes to the free throw line. Zaves on the season averaging 63% as Mike Yankee returns, and Brilla will sit down. 6:03 left in the fourth, 46-44. Zaves first time to the free throw line. The first is good. Zaves with 15 points on the night. The second is also good. Danny Zaves with 16 points. 2 for 2 from the line. The Loggers 3 for 4. And we're under 6 minutes remaining in regulation play, and we're tied at 46. Sundberg wants to go inside, gets it off to Yankee on the far side. Now stopped by Palace. In trouble. That's a 5-second call. Possession to the Loggers. The Logger D rearing its ugly head, and the Loggers can take the lead if they score this time down. Jerry Petrozalik brings it down with 5:42 remaining in the fourth. Pallas in the corner. Won't try it over Sundberg. Off to Brian Petrozalik to Matzik. Nice cut inside to Pallas, who pulls it out. Loggers being patient. Looking for the good shot. Jerry Petrozalik on the perimeter to Matzik. Goes for Pallas. High, but the junior saves it. Pallas, stop. Goes back out to Jerry Petrozalik, and that's going to be an over and back call. And possession goes to the Dockers. 5:17 left in the fourth, and we're tied at 46. Kirkluski will inbound in front of the scorer's table, right in front of Clay North, and possession to Jesse McClelland. As Trevor Rasky will check in at the next whistle. Kirkluski looks inside, goes off to Sundberg, the 19-footer short. The Ashland faithful wanting a call, and the Ashland faithful wanting a foul. Looks like the shot was blocked, and possession will go to the Dockers underneath, as Trevor Rasky will return eventually, I think. Now he comes in, and he will replace Matt Pallas. 5:04 left in the fourth, 46 all. Kirkluski to inbound, the Dockers around the box. Kirkluski gets it into Sundberg, won't get a chance at three. McClelland stopped, out to Kirkluski. Back to McClelland. We're under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth period. Kirkluski to Ellers, to the paint, blocked by Matzik. Loose ball recovered by Zaves, ahead to Brian Petrozalik. The senior slows it down. Again, the Loggers with a chance to take the lead. The near side, Rasky goes inside for Zaves. Rasky had it, loses it, recovered by Yankee to Kirkluski for Ashland. 4.5 minutes remaining in period four. The pass inside, Sundberg blocked by Matzik, and Justin will get the foul. That's his third. So he's the first player on either side in foul trouble. And Eric Sundberg goes to the free throw line to shoot two. Pallas returns, and Rasky will sit down. Yankee and Ellers will sit down, as Brilla and Ogery will return. Eric Sundberg from the free throw line is 7 for 8. Make it 7 for 9 as he misses the first of the two-shot foul. And Eric Sundberg has 19 points. 4:27 left in the fourth. Sundberg to break the tie, and he does. Eric Sundberg shooting 80% from the free throw line. 47-46, Dockers by 1. Jerry Petrozalik out to Brian Petrozalik. Back to Jerry. Brian Petrozalik on top to Matzik from 23. No! Rebound, Brilla. 4:07 left in the fourth. Ashland up by 1. Sundberg, Matzik on him, drives inside, pulls up in front of Matzik. Looked like he had a hand on the ball, shot no good. The second rebound, the bucket by Ogery. It's a three-point lead, 49-46. 3:47 left here in the fourth period. Ogery with 4. Brian Petrozalik to Pallas, won't try three. Now in trouble, goes inside to Zaves. Turn around, no pass to Matzik. Back out to Jerry Petrozalik. Won't try three in the paint from 13. Count it at 1! Jerry Petrozalik. Jerry Petrozalik, who had 13 against Ashland down in Phillips, gets his first points of the ball game and a chance to make a three-point play and tie this game back up. The foul called on Jesse McClelland. That is his third foul. The shot no good. Matzik with the rebound. The Loggers lead. Justin Matzik has 18 points. The Loggers up by 1, 50-49, with 3:20 left in the fourth period. McClelland to Sundberg in the paint. Tries to dish off the last moment. Before the shot can go up, Matt Pallas will be called for the foul. That'll be his first in team foul, 6 on the Loggers. So after this inbound, the Dockers will go into the bonus. The inbound goes to McClelland. Off to Kirkluski, guarded by Jerry Petrozalik. Looks for something inside. Now just trying to find something. Goes baseline, double team, stop. Gets it out to Ogery. Sundberg in the paint, throws it up, won't go, and over the back call is going to be called, I believe, on Brilla, but we'll wait for the indication. It's a goaltending call. So the Dockers will take the lead 51-50. We'll give that one to Sundberg. And possession will go to the Loggers in the backcourt as if the basket went in. 2:57 left in the fourth. 51-50, the Dockers up by 2. And they say that Justin Matzik was in the cylinder, hit the ball in the cylinder on the way up, I think. Or it was on the way down toward the hole. I'm going to have to watch this again while you watch it and see exactly what happened. Moved far too fast for me, and I thought that it was perfectly fine. But that's, who am I to say? Matzik, Jerry Petrozellik, stop, double team, tries to put it up, and John Brilla picks up his third personal foul. And that's team fouls 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 on Ashland. As Jerry Petrozellik goes to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Now they say that John Brilla officially has 2 fouls. He has 3 fouls, okay. And Jerry Petrozellik to shoot 2. He makes the first. His first time at the line, he now has 3 points. Jerry on the season averaging 65% from the stripe. We're tied at 51. Now it's broken. 52-51. 2:45 left in the fourth. The Loggers up by 1. McClellan brings it across. Picked up by Brian Petrozellik. Kirkleski loses it. Jerry Petrozellik has it, gets it off to brother Brian. 2-on-4 break. The senior smartly pulls out. Loggers with a chance to go up by 4 if they nail a tray. Brian Petrozellik off to Pallas in the far corner. Brilla on him. Goes inside for Matzik. Goes past Ogery. Counted for 2. Justin Matzik with 20 points. And the Loggers by 3 with 2:09 left in the fourth. McClellan off to Kirkleski. Won't try the 3. Goes for Sundberg in the paint. Tries to go a little back door. Lost by Ogery and recovered by Zaves. 1:50 left in the fourth. And the Loggers with a chance to pull away again if they can. Pallas out to Jerry Petrozellik. Had the open 3, won't take it to Brian Petrozellik. Back to Jerry. Around to Matzik to Pallas. Looks for the cutter. Trapped in the corner. Off to Zaves. Goes baseline. Loses it. Back out to Pallas for 3. No. Rebound Sundberg. 1:30 left in the fourth. Dave Cotney wants a timeout if anyone can see him. And they finally do. 1:25 left in the fourth. We're going to keep it here. The score, the Phillips Loggers 54. The Ashland Oredockers 51. We're going to go over the scoring and go over the foul situation quickly, especially the foul situation. The Ashland Oredockers have 5 team fouls, the Phillips Loggers with 6. So Ashland's in the bonus, the Dockers have 1 to give. Foul situation for Ashland, 3 for Brilla and 3 for McClellan. No one else with more than 2. In fact, no one else with more than 1. For the Loggers, Justin Matzik has 3. Brian Petrozellik, Jerry Petrozellik, and Bill McCormick each have 2. And with 1:25 left in the fourth, Justin Matzik for the Loggers leads with 20 points. For the Ashland Oredockers, Eric Sundberg has pulled in 22. 54, unofficially, we gave him the shot, the goaltending shot, and so it may differ with the official book, but who am I to say? 1:25 left in the fourth. Loggers by 3. Ashland will have the ball at midcourt with 85 seconds remaining in the 2 words that I hate the most of all, regulation time. The 1 word I hate most is overtime. McClellan on the near side to Sundberg to tie it. Off the iron, no. Rebound inside. Brilla for 2 with a 1-point game. As John Brilla picks up his 13th point of the night, 1:07 left. Brian Petrozellik with the recovery off to Jerry. Remember, the Dockers have 1 foul to give if they need it. Matzik stopped. Cross court saved by Jerry Petrozalik. The Loggers have to settle down. They're throwing the ball around too wildly, and Jerry Petrozalik realizes that and calls the timeout with 51 seconds left here in the fourth. 54-53, Loggers by 1. Scoring for each team, Loggers can go down numerically. Matt Pallas has 4, Brian Petrozalik with 5, Jerry Petrozalik with 4, 1 for Jason Woody, 4 for Bill McCormick, 16 for Dan Zaves, and 20 points for Justin Matzik. For the Dockers, Derek Kirkleski has 9, 1 for Chris Burrell, 22 for Eric Sundberg, 2 for Jesse McClellan, 2 for Mike Yankee, 13 for John Brilla, and James Ogery has 4 points on the evening. The Dockers 67% from the field, from the free throw line, 10 for 15. The Loggers 5 for 6 from the line. That's 83%. Seconds remaining in the fourth. Loggers by 1, 54-53, a clutch possession for the orange and black. Brian Petrozalik to inbound underneath. Loggers around the box. Brian to inbound. In trouble, finally gets it away. Taken by Sundberg. Ashland with a chance to take the lead. We're under 50 seconds. McClellan. 45 seconds. And now Contney wants the timeout and gets it. Just in time as McClellan almost lost the ball to Brian Petrozalik. We're going to take a timeout. 41.6 seconds, as you'll see when we get up to the scoreboard clock here. And the score. That's what remains in the fourth quarter. The Loggers by 1, 54-53. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger Basketball on Price Guide, Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. Ashland will have it at midcourt. The possession arrow favors the Oredockers. McClellan in the backcourt brings it across with 40 seconds remaining. On the far side to Kirkleski. Looks inside, goes out to Ellers back in the ball game to McClellan. McClellan, guarded by Brian Petrozalik. Stopped on the perimeter, goes off for Sundberg. Almost lost, almost stepped to the sideline. Pallas, 20 seconds to Kirkleski. Kirkleski looks inside, goes off for McClellan, and the foul is going to be called on Brian Petrozalik, who isn't happy with it, but he better calm down before something else happens. Brian picks up his third. That's team foul 7. And to the free throw line goes Jesse McClellan, who started but did not score against the Loggers at Phillips. He has 2 on the night, and the Loggers will take a timeout. 15.8 seconds left here in the fourth. 54-53 the score. We're going to keep it here and try and do a little strategy. We'll check foul trouble, too, as Brian Petrozalik has 3 and Justin Matzik has 3. No one in serious foul trouble fouling out the next shot. Actually, in the long run, this might, with Brian trying to steal it, making a decent effort to steal the ball, this isn't a bad foul. Because with 16 seconds left, the worst that can happen is Ashland by 1, and you get the ball with 15.8. Actually, I shouldn't say it. The worst that can happen is that Ashland makes the first, ties the ball game back up, and then Ashland gets the ball back. But if you get the right play underneath in the paint on the rebound on the second shot, you can control the boards. And I'm sure that's what Andy Pilch is telling the boys underneath there, too. And Scott Worth as well, is they have to box out and make sure that if they don't get the ball back, at least they get an over-the-back call, and that means possession. Jesse McClellan to the free throw line. With 15.8 seconds remaining, the freshman, the first pressure throw is no good. Ball tipped way back to Kirkleski. Good move by Contney, and timeout is called. The Loggers that I expected looked like it may very well have been an intentional miss. as a great job, I think it was Sundberg, who flew that ball back right out in the hands of Derek Kirkluski, and with 10.8 seconds remaining, the Dockers with a chance to win it with a field goal. Now again, is this a chance where you try and foul on the inbound and make them go back to the free throw line and try this whole thing again? Or I would imagine first thing you do is you try and steal on the inbound, or defensively force the inbound not to come in. After that, it's almost anybody's game. Kirkluski will inbound on the far side. It's Sundberg, Brilla, Ellers, McClellan, and Kirkluski for Ashland. The Loggers come out with the Petrozalics, Zaves, Matzik, and Pallas. The inbound to Sundberg. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Sundberg pulls up in front of Pallas. The shot is short. Tipped away by Zaves and covered by Jerry by Brian Petrozalics. And a foul called with 2.3 seconds left. Now that is team foul 6. So the Loggers will inbound. The Loggers will inbound in their, or at midcourt. As the foul is called on Derek Kirkluski, that's his first. So the Loggers have to inbound with 2.3 seconds remaining. Brian Petrozalic gets it into Pallas, who loses it, and a foul called on Kirkluski, and a break for the Loggers as Matt Pallas couldn't control it, and Matt Pallas will bring it down to the other end with 1.2 seconds remaining. Matt Pallas goes to the free throw line. Matt's averaging 59% from the free throw line. His first time at the line, he has 4 points. 1.2 seconds remaining. Ashland has no timeouts left. The first for Pallas is good. Actually, right now, the point is relatively moot, as Ashland has to launch one, get underneath the net at midcourt, and get it in to have a chance to win. The second is good. It's a 3-point lead, 56-53. 1 second, Sundberg, short. Oh my, the final score, the Phillips Loggers pull it out, 56-53. Now, the Loggers next week have 3 ball games in conference. They play at Lakeland on Tuesday night. The Loggers win that game. They win the conference title outright. For all intents and purposes, the Loggers had to win one of the 2 games, either Ashland or Lakeland. They have Medford Thursday night, Northland Pines on Friday. The Loggers should beat Northland Pines in the last game of the season, so 2 losses would give them, they would be at worst to have 2 losses, one would think, at the end of the year. But this is a big win for the Orange and Black, coming in to Ashland and defeating the Dockers. They already defeated Lakeland here, but the Loggers go victorious. They go on to 16-1, 9-0 in the Lumberjack Conference. Once again, the final score, the Phillips Loggers 56, the Ashland Oredockers 53. This has been Logger Vision's presentation of Logger Basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6.